All right, we're doing something a little bit different today. Last year when we redid our breezeway, this whole wall ended up having to come out because it was all rotted. And you won't be able to see it, but from there to there, I would say there's probably a 6 or an 8 inch elevation chain. And so the water comes off the driveway, off the yard, comes down, and what it was doing is it was settling right in this corner. I've got this so the ground is pitched this way, and we're going to put in a catch basin here. But in order to do that, I got to get it across the driveway. So last year I had the driveway saw cut, and today we're using a jackhammer, and we're going to get this concrete out of here so that I can put another catch basin over there under the bucket. So it's not going to be a real fun day, but it's a job that has to get done. Stick around. All right, we got all the concrete out of here. Went pretty well, actually. It took me about an hour, hour and a half. Not bad. I'm a little bit concerned about our elevation, though. You're not going to be able to see it, but so if I'm going to use this catch basin, I'm going to lose about 3 inches of height, which means I got to dig this down 3 inches. And I really don't want to do that because I'm old and I'm lazy. I think I'm going to come up with a custom catch point here for the water. All right, I got to clean this hole up a little bit, so I'm not going to make you watch me struggle with my shovel, but that's what I'll be doing. All right, I got my trench all cleaned out, and according to my calculations, at 1/8 inch fall per foot, I need 2 3/8 inch of fall. This being the low side, that being the high side. I don't have a really cool grade laser, but I'm going to use this laser, which is intended for interior household use. But it's all I have, and I think this is going to work. I'll be shocked if you guys can actually see this. Oh no, you can. You should be able to. We're going to call this grade on downhill side. Go ahead and flip my laser around. And this will be my grade on the uphill side. According to my calculations, I've got 3 1/4-ish inches of fall from that end to that end. All right, if we put the level on here, we're about an inch below where the water going in would cause an issue. Still looks like there's a hump in it though. I gotta dig it down more. I've done this underground piping before. I like to just throw a couple Tech screws in, just because. And I know there's probably a few of you that are wondering why I'm even using this corrugated plastic. And I'll tell you why. Because the frost around here gets down to about 4 feet, sometimes 6. And this pipe has a lot of flexibility that PVC pipe doesn't have. So that's why I like to use this. I've already used this in the backyard. It's been in the ground for 3 or 4 years and not one issue. And I've screwed all my joints. All right, I got the pipe in place. I got that crowbar on there just to hold that down. Before I bury it, I'm going to put some water in it and see if it actually works. Because if it doesn't work, I got to go back to the drawing board. It's working, but it ain't working great. I don't have enough fall. I mean, it's working, but I got a lot of standing water in there, and that's just going to freeze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this pipe up, probably to the bottom of that concrete maybe, and I'm going to change my inlet from a catch basin to something else. I'm not sure what yet, but this is not working. All right, here's plan B. So my water's going to enter there. I'm going to get some type of a screen or grate or something to put on the end. It's going to run all the way down there. I just put the level on it, and I'm a full bubble off all the way to the end. So that should give me a good fall. I'm going to put the hose in it again though. There we go. Much faster than before. I'd say probably less than 30 seconds. That means I'm not going to have any water in the pipe that's going to freeze and potentially block it up in the wintertime. Okay, I got to shut the water off or I'm going to have a flood on my hands. All right, we're working on backfilling. It's looking pretty good. had some sand laying around. It's not screened or anything, but sand nonetheless. We got our catch basin in over here. I guess I never really told you where I was running this to. Obviously, I can't just dead end it to a hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to get a trencher. We're going to go from here all the way that way. And I'm going to pick up this downspout right here. And then we're going to continue on. This is kind of going downhill here. You can't see that. But I'm either going to go all the way down to there, or I'm going to go across the yard and maybe put a couple of yard drains in to pick up the standing water when it rains. This whole yard is clay. So when it does rain really heavy, I get a pool right about in this area. And then there's another one down there. And all my other downspouts on the house, they dump out just to the right of that shed over there in the bushes. So I'm either going to come to here and go straight, or I'm going to go across the yard. Either way, I'm going to need more pipe. All right, I'm going to work on getting this backfilled. I put plastic down as a barrier. I don't really know why I use plastic, but I've always used plastic and I've always had good luck. A year or so ago when I moved the shed, I put plastic down under that, put the same stone on top, and that shed hasn't moved in a year and a half, almost 2 years now. I use the 6mm plastic. Can be black or clear, doesn't seem to matter. Got all my helpers here today, not sure if you noticed, but I got all 3 of them. So this is going to be pretty much the final cut here. Like I said, I've got everything sloped to this point. We did have a rainstorm this week. Everything worked perfect. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I did purchase a screen to go on there, a tapered thing, and it didn't fit, so I'm going to be sending that back. But overall, pretty happy on how this looks. This will give us a nice spot to do whatever. Put some flowers in here or decorate it up a little bit. And I'm not going to have to worry about mowing it. All right, we've got everything. I added about another inch or so and we'll let that settle for a couple days. We got this pretty well situated over here. I got to trim out this plastic, but I'm going to kind of wait until I'm done with the perma-patch. Okay, I think next we're going to start digging over here by hand. We'll see how that goes. All right, another day has passed. I'm working on this thing like an hour and a half at a whack here. So let me show you what we did yesterday. So we did a little hand digging, and we got this dug out so that we can put the downspout in. We're going to dump it into that Y, and then we're just going to continue on. This is our trash shed. This is movable, so it won't really be an issue. And we'll get a trencher in here and do that. Right now I'm going to hook up this pipe, and I'm going to go over to the Y so that I can backfill this, so that I can repair the blacktop. I ended up going down to the hardware store and getting one of these 90s. There was one on here at one point, you can see the mark, but this should flip on here, and what I can do is I can take this pipe and slide it right over the end to collect all the water. All right, that didn't take too long. Got the pipe in there, screwed all my joints, and now I'm gonna backfill at least to this corner so that I can patch the driveway another couple days. Speaking of fixing the blacktop, here's the blacktop patch I'm using, and then here's the tamper. I'm gonna get started working on that, but you are gonna have to watch the next video to see me do it. If you made it to the end of the video, you're better than most. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching.